This particular part, this is called the Blaster Claster wheel. And we are going to take a look at how bone remodels. So this part right here in yellow, I'm going to let you read all of this. Remember, 20% of bone tissue is replaced annually during remodeling processes. This does not mean a broken bone. This is just constantly remodeling. Remember Wolff's Law, at places where you have distress or maybe where muscle is pulling on a bone, you're going to get some remodeling there. Okay, so now, this goes through our different phases and the order that they go in. Okay, activation, resorption, reversal, formation, quiescence. And that doesn't mean anything yet until we take a look at our normal bone remodeling. So activation. This could be a bone that has been exercised and the muscle is pulling on it. Okay, so you're constantly going to be remodeling. So we have activation. So we're activating right here. And you can see that we've got these little pink guys, and those little pink guys are pre-osteoclasts. And remember, those break down bone. So not build, they break down bone. All right. So what they're going to do is they release a little acid, and look what happens. This is called a resorption pit. Okay, that sounds kind of weird, but that's what it is. If you go back and take a look up here, we've got dig out a cavity called a resorption pit. All right, so we're going to dig it out. And then reversal, what are the little green guys? The little green guys are, well, mononuclear cells that turn into osteoblasts. And look what the osteoblasts are going to do. They're going to start putting this yellow stuff in there, and that is osteoid tissue. And if we take a look at what they're doing, they built it all the way up, all the way to the top. So quiescence, the word quiet is right in there because your bones get quiet and they wait till they need to be remodeled again. So activation, resorption means that the osteoclasts go in and dig it out. Reversal, we're like, whoa, that's good enough. That means your osteoblasts are going to go in and form more bone. And then quiescence is when the bone kind of sits and waits. Right, this sounds great. But now I'm going to erase all this. Why? Because we got to take a little look-see at what's going on in some other situations. So this is normal. You're doing this all day, every day. Okay, we've got a couple of things here, and you can go up to the spot right here, and you can fill those in. I'm not even going to check it, but they are going to come up. All right, so let's take a look at aging and alcohol abuse. So we have our 3 or 5 stages again, excuse me. We've got activation, 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 and resorption. We're digging a pit. We're digging a pit. Now, look at how in formation, our osteoblasts right here, we only have 2 there. And here we've got a lot of osteoblasts, okay? So what's going on is we're not laying down as much osteoid. And so when the bone goes through quiescence, it's a smaller bone. Okay, so it says, what is the difference? We're digging out more and we are not filling it up as much. Now remember, blood calcium. And that was one of the activities in the beginning of your notes. Blood calcium. You need calcium for your nerves and your brain and your muscles to work. So if your blood calcium gets too low, where does your body go to get the calcium? To your bones. Well, why isn't it filling back up? This is usual aging because, yay, estrogen is preventing females from putting more bone in, and alcohol abuse. So using alcohol will do this to your bones. And when we say abuse, I don't actually know if it's, 1 drink a day or if it's, a case a day. I'm not entirely sure. But alcohol abuse, this is somebody who is drinking regularly. Okay, so this is sad. Okay, but now let's go down here. Again, nerves and muscles need calcium. All right, so if we take a look at this one, just look at it. This is somebody in menopause. Okay, so women over about age 45 to 50, 55, start menopause, anorexia or a hormone imbalance. So remember that vitamin A where we had osteoblast, osteoclast, that could lead to a hormone imbalance too. But take a look at it. If somebody is not eating, so let's just take anorexia, for instance. They are not eating. Are they getting enough calcium? Because you need, nerves and muscles need the calcium. Are they getting enough calcium? Obviously not. Where do we go to get it? To the bones. So activation. And now look at our resorption pit. It's very deep, and it's not getting filled up. It's a lot less than it was. So wait a minute. So if I'm anorexic, I'm going to have weaker bones? The answer is yes. And this could be males or females. Especially, and a lot of young women think, well, I'll worry about that when I get older. Remember, you start losing bone mass at about 30. So if you aren't building bone right now, your bones are going to get smaller. So that's what we have right here. You can answer those questions, and there we go.